Hi, everybody. Welcome to English Digest. I'm Tom.
Hi, I'm Stephanie.
It's our travel unit for the month of October, which may be kind of disappointing to some of you who have just started the new school semester and you're not going to have time to travel. But hey, you might want to plan ahead for your winter vacation or for your summer vacation. So today we're traveling down under to New Zealand. Of course, it's a fairly large country in the southern hemisphere, but we're focusing specifically on a place called Queenstown, which I think is an outdoor lover's paradise.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've never been there myself, but the photos online look so beautiful. I do have a friend who went and just came back raving about it. Raving just means saying lots of complimentary things about a place or a person. Yeah, it sounds gorgeous. It looks beautiful. And it's a great place to go if you like outdoor sports events, especially those extreme sports. We're going to talk about bungee jumping as we talk about this beautiful area of the world, Queenstown. Right now, though, we're going to read through today's lesson. Stay tuned.
Cradled in the stunning landscapes of New Zealand's South Island, Queenstown welcomes travelers with its unmatched beauty and thrilling adventures. Located beside Lake Wakatipu and surrounded by the majestic Southern Alps, this lively town offers abundant outdoor activities and natural wonders. As October begins, Queenstown prepares to embrace the arrival of spring, a perfect time for tourists to visit and enjoy blooming flowers and refreshing landscapes. Celebrated as the birthplace of modern bungee jumping, Queenstown boasts iconic jumps alongside thrilling skydiving experiences. The Kawarau Bridge bungee jump allows thrill seekers to dive 43 meters into the river below, with the option to dip their head or entire body into the water. For tourists aiming for even greater heights, N-Zone Skydive offers free falls from 2,700 to 4,500 meters, meeting various thrill levels. Those searching for a more relaxed experience should put Lake Wakatipu on their list. The lake's water level exhibits a rhythmic, gentle rise and fall, occurring roughly every 25 minutes. This natural phenomenon is caused by air pressure changes and wind patterns. Interestingly, according to a Maori legend, the lake's rise and fall is said to be formed by the heartbeat of a giant who was killed by a local hero. Beyond its outdoor adventures, Queenstown boasts a thriving food culture that offers tasty delights to food lovers. Indulge in the world-famous Ferg Burger, rated as the best burger spot in the world by CNN, or dive into -5-degree Ice Bar, where the building, the furniture, and even the glass that holds the cocktail are all made of ice. Okay, let's talk about our lesson, everybody. We got the title here, Queenstown. That, of course, is a location in New Zealand. I believe it's on the South Island of New Zealand there. And it's a place where nature's majesty meets thrilling adventures. So here we've got the word majesty, which means something that is really beautiful. It's dignified. It has a certain kind of stateliness to it. We could say the majesty of the central mountain range here in Taiwan, the beauty, the impressiveness of something. And yes, in Queenstown, you're going to have nature's majesty, and it will meet thrilling adventures. Now, they're not actually being introduced to each other. Hello, natural majesty. I'd like to introduce you to thrilling adventure. Oh, it's nice to meet you. No, it just means you have these two things at the same time. You can enjoy two things. You can have two for the price of one.
Yeah, you put them together and it turns into something really special. So, yeah, if something's thrilling, it gives you a lot of excitement. And I wanted to mention here, because I think sometimes we think thrilling can have this feeling of being scared. Not really. If it's thrilling, it just gets your adrenaline running. That's that hormone in your body that makes everything speed up. Your heart goes faster, and you just feel really, really excited about life. Some people love that feeling, and so they specifically will go on scary rides at amusement parks, or they'll go outside and participate in extreme sports. I have a brother-in-law like that. He's a little crazy, but he loves that thrill that he gets when he's doing something kind of exciting. Well, this place has beautiful, majestic mountains. The landscapes are beautiful. Plus, this place offers thrilling adventures, lots of things to do.
Indeed, and of course, that's the attraction of New Zealand. I remember reading many years ago a travel guide for New Zealand. I thought I would like to go, but I understood that New Zealand is a very new country, and it doesn't really have much in the way of old buildings and things like that. And I do like the great outdoors, but if I travel, I'd like to see some of the old stuff like in Europe or whatever. So I lost interest right away, but still, New Zealand and Queenstown is a paradise for those who like thrilling adventures. Let's talk about the location of Queenstown. Cradled in the stunning landscapes of New Zealand's South Island, Queenstown welcomes travelers with its unmatched beauty and thrilling adventures. Okay, so this basically gives us an introduction to our topic for today. First of all, we're saying that this place is cradled in the landscapes of New Zealand's South Island. Okay, so here we've got the word cradle. A cradle is usually a noun. It's like a small bed where a baby sleeps, and it often has rockers so it can go back and forth. And of course, you know the old nursery rhyme, or the old, is it a nursery rhyme or something else? But it's a song that goes, rock-a-bye baby in the treetop. When the bough breaks, the cradle will fall. So the word cradle is in the song there.
Yeah.
And of course, describing this place, this town, as being kind of nestled in this valley in the landscapes. It's right in the middle of it. So of course, you can expect this place to be really, really beautiful.
Yeah, so it is cradled in the stunning. If it's stunning, it's so beautiful, you can't believe it. It's shocking how beautiful it is. And landscapes describes the area of land there, and whether it's got mountains or it's got plains or it's near the ocean, those are the landscapes we're talking about. So these are landscapes of New Zealand's South Island, as Tom said. Queenstown is located in the South Island or on the South Island, and it welcomes travelers with its unmatched beauty and thrilling adventures. So if it's unmatched, wow, it's hard to find anything else in the world that offers just the same beauty with these thrilling adventures at the same time. So where is this place located, Tom?
Well, it's located beside a lake there. It's called Wakatipu, and it's surrounded by the majestic Southern Alps. Okay, and this lively town offers abundant outdoor activities and natural wonders. Again, it's a paradise for those who love adventure and the great outdoors. So you not only get this little city there, but you also get this really long lake. I think it's like 80 kilometers long or something like that. And of course, it's surrounded by those mountains, which are majestic. And that word, of course, is related to majesty in the title there. Majestic just turns the word majesty into an adjective. So yes, the Southern Alps are beautiful, they're majestic, they're fantastic, they're wonderful, they're stupendous, they're outstanding. There are lots of words to describe those mountains. And yes, indeed, if you're in this lively town, you'll have lots of choices for outdoor activities, and you can experience lots of natural wonders. Bring your camera for some great landscape photographs.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of YouTube videos today, especially before we started, that had all these beautiful landscapes being filmed. People would just add music to their video. They didn't really say much, but wow, so beautiful. So as October begins, we're in the month of October, as you know, Queenstown prepares to embrace the arrival of spring. Remember, they're in the opposite hemisphere, so they have winter when we have summer and vice versa. So they're preparing to embrace spring. To embrace usually means to put your arms around someone and hug them, but that's literal. If it's figurative, meaning we just use it to kind of paint a picture with words, we're just saying they're accepting the arrival, they're welcoming the arrival, and they are. Spring is on its way, and it's a perfect time for visitors to visit or tourists to visit, if you can get away from school and work, that is. Because you can go there and enjoy blooming flowers. If flowers are blooming, those pretty flowers are coming out, and you can see the colors around the area there. And you're going to see some refreshing landscapes. Just being outside is refreshing. It gives you more energy, and you can go back to what you were doing before and not feel like you're just so stressed out and ready to just give up. Yeah, refreshing landscapes. Sometimes vacations do that for you. They just give you a new sense of life inside you.
Right, a new lease on life, you could say, some new perspective. And I should mention here that New Zealand, of course, is quite far away. Maybe it's about a 12-hour flight or something like that. I'm not quite sure, but it's still roughly in the same time zone as Taiwan, so at least you wouldn't have to suffer from jet lag like you would if you were to fly to North America or Europe or whatever. So, yeah, it might be something you could consider doing during the school year. Take a couple weeks off or something like that. Let's take a look at the second paragraph here. It says, celebrated as the birthplace of modern bungee jumping, Queenstown boasts iconic jumps alongside thrilling skydiving experiences. So here it's celebrated. They're not having a big party, but basically just means it's recognized. People recognize it or admit that this is the birthplace of modern bungee jumping, which I believe began in the 1990s or so, maybe earlier. I saw people doing bungee jumping here in Taiwan in the 90s. I don't know if anybody does it here anymore, but of course that's when you take this big long thing like a rubber band and you jump off a bridge or something, and then you get to the bottom and then the cord extends and you bounce up and down for a while. It's quite thrilling. I've never done it myself, but I think some people would like to try this, and this is the birthplace. This is where it all started.
You know, I'd really like to see the statistics on how many people are injured bungee jumping compared to those who are injured skydiving. You still get that sense of flying through the air if you go bungee jumping for a while, which I don't need to feel it, but some people love that feeling. I've got lots of people in my family who love to go skydiving. I think that's insane too. But bungee jumping, at least you're not falling through the sky to the ground. You are connected to something. But yeah, it would be interesting to see that. We're going to talk more about this particular place, guys, but right now we're going to take a quick break and listen to our Chinese teacher.
听众朋友大家好，我是安娜。我们今天跟明天要带大家到纽西兰的皇后镇哦。其实用文字描写一个地方，我是真的觉得蛮困难的，因为一个地方之所以会被报道出来，它的资讯是很多，所以像我们今天就会看到很多的分词构句，然后有很多关系子句，关系子句的简化，我们要把很多的资讯用最少的字呈现出来。所以像在第一段跟第二段共有4个分词构句哦，其实严格来说是3个啦。第一段的第一句、第二句跟第二段的第一句是同样的分词构句的句型。那这个分词构句我们可以稍微讲一下，就是说为什么会出现分词构句，分词到底是什么？分词就是动词 ing 或者是我们说的过去分词 pp。那这2个分词呢，它已经不是动词了，虽然它语义上还是会有动作，例如第一段的第一句 cradled 被环抱，第二句 located 被坐落在，就是我们说的位于啦 and surrounded 被环绕。好，或者是第二段的第一句 celebrated， 在这里不是什么庆祝哦，在这里是因什么而出名的意思。好，那这些分词它已经不是动词，它是分词，虽然它有动作的那个意思存在，那为什么它不会是原本的动词呢？就是因为句子当中没有连接词去连接这个动作跟另外一个动作。比如说第一段的第一句 cradled， 如果它是一个动词的话，逗点之后的 welcomes 欢迎某人，在这里2个动词应该要有一个连接词，对不对？可是你会发现句子从头到尾看完都没有看到任何的连接词，这就是为什么其中一个动词一定要变成 ing 或者是 pp 的原因。好，所以讲到分词构句是这样的概念之后，你都会想说搞那么复杂，那干嘛不是直接加连接词就好了？可是我们刚刚说了，如果我们要塞很多的资讯到一篇文章当中，或者所谓的英文的写作风格，其实应该是言简意赅，用最少的字表达最多的概念的时候，分词构句或简化的关系子句就很重要。比如说我们再从头读一下第一段的第一句 Cradled in the stunning landscape blah blah blah， 被环抱在纽西兰南岛的绝美景色当中，逗点 Queenstown 皇后镇以无与伦比的美丽跟刺激的冒险欢迎旅行者。这样是不是很通顺呢？根本不需要任何带有意思的连接词，我们就知道谁被环抱，逗点之后的主词就是真正我们要谈的主角 Queenstown。 好， 那么接下来呢，我们就同样先看这个分词构句咯。在第一段的第二句的 located and 跳一下 surrounded， 这里的 PP 是谁是主角呢？不好意思啊，还是逗点之后 this lively town， 这个充满活力的城市，也就是 Queenstown 皇后镇。怎样呢？它提供了丰富的户外运动，还有自然的奇观。好，接着我们跳到第二段的第一句哦。Celebrated as the birthplace， 被大家誉为现代高空弹跳的发源地，逗点之后出现主角 Queenstown 皇后镇啊，其实它就是因为有高空弹跳啊，这个很具有代表性，所以可以来这边做一个体验。所以你会发现，当我们要塞很多资讯的时候啊，尽量都还是要用分词构句。
We're going to take a quick break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
All right, let's continue talking about Queenstown in New Zealand on the South Island there. It's a good time to go there because spring is beginning there, whereas here it's fall and it's starting to get cold. But of course, in the southern hemisphere, it's starting to get warm because things are opposite in different kinds of the world, different parts of the world, rather. And yes, indeed, it's a beautiful place, and it's a great place to enjoy the outdoors, and you can enjoy some adventure. Now, we just got done talking about bungee jumping, and it's the birthplace of bungee jumping. And you can also enjoy skydiving, which means you simply jump out of an airplane and you have a parachute. So yes, you've got these you've got these jumps, these iconic jumps of those bungee jumpers, and then you've got thrilling skydiving experiences. So if something's alongside, you've got these things next to each other, or they're happening at the same time. So you have a choice here. You can do some bungee jumping, or you can do some skydiving if you're a little bit more adventurous.
Right. So alongside could also be replaced with along with. But alongside is one word. It's a great preposition there. So you can do both of them if you like. You don't even have to leave the country or get on another plane. You can go bungee jumping and, well, you're going to have to get on a plane if you want to skydive. But that's another topic, I guess. So here we're looking at a very, very famous location in Queenstown. This one's called Kawarau Bridge Bungee Jump. That's the name of this particular sport. It's a location that most people go to if they want to experience bungee jumping. It's kind of perfect. It's a really big bridge. And so you're not going to swing back and hit your head and die that way from the bungee jump that you went on. So it's a pretty safe place, but it's also very high. So it allows thrill seekers, people who are seeking or going after a thrill, they can dive 43 meters into the river below. So you have the option to either dip your head. Remember, you're upside down. That rope is around your ankles, not your chest or your head. Or your head, it would kill you, wouldn't it? But that dips you into the water if you want that. So you can tell them what length of elastic rope you want. Right. So that will affect how you end up. But some want to have their head just dip into the water barely, or they want their whole body to go below the water and into the water as if they're diving head first.
Right. They probably do some mathematical calculations at first. They measure your height and your weight, and they want to determine whether you want to dip your head in the river or your body, or if you don't want either of those. That allows them to select the kind of cord that you'll be wearing, or the bungee cord that you'll be wearing when you jump off the bridge there.
Yeah.
And yes, you have the option of the choice of dipping your head in the water as you go down, or your entire body if you're feeling a little braver. Now, for tourists aiming for even greater heights, to go even higher up in the sky, N-Zone Skydive offers free falls from 2,700 to 4,500 meters, meeting various thrill levels. So I assume this is some sort of company there that offers this service. They'll take you up in an airplane, and then you'll be able to free fall. Free fall here is a noun. It just refers to when you're falling in the sky from a high place to a lower place, you will have a parachute that will open before you hit the ground. Otherwise, you're a goner, so you better make sure that you know what you're doing. And they offer a couple of options here. You can go 2.7 kilometers in the sky or 4.5 kilometers. So I suppose you should start with the lower one and work yourself up to the higher one.
Or some people will just want to go from the highest level there. I did look this up. Kawarau was actually the first commercial company that offered bungee jumping experiences. So that happened in 1988. You were really close, Tom. You said 1990. Yeah, they first started commercially offering this in 1988. But who knows who the first amateur was who came up with this idea? We don't know. I was just doing AI chat here to see what they could tell us. So moving on to the next paragraph, it says those searching for a more relaxed experience should put Lake Wakatipu, isn't that a cute name, on their list. So if you just like to kind of relax, de-stress, kind of hang out, this is a different place to go. So the lake's water level, how high the water is in the lake, exhibits a rhythmic, gentle rise and fall occurring roughly every 25 minutes. So this would give you that feeling of being just swinging back and forth, kind of that wonderful feeling that kind of puts little kids to sleep in their cradles, or if you're rocking them in a rocking chair. To exhibit here just means to display something, to show. So this level shows or gives you this look at what a rhythmic means going according to a pattern or a beat, like music. And it has a gentle rise and fall. And that's happening roughly means about. We don't know exactly, but roughly every 25 minutes.
So it's a natural phenomenon. I suppose that's similar to Old Faithful Geyser in Yellowstone National Park. It happens about, every 45 minutes or so? I can't remember the exact interval
maybe,
there.
Yeah.
But in any case, yes, it has this natural rhythm. And rhythmic, of course, is the adjective form of rhythm. You got to have rhythm if you want to play rock and roll music, for example.
Or if you want to dance.
Or if you want to dance, indeed. And, of course, you can't have a third foot, or is that a club foot?
A left foot, yeah.
Left foot, yeah. Or two left feet. That's the term.
There you go.
You can't have two left feet if you want to dance. But in any case, we're describing this as a natural phenomenon. And what causes it? Well, it's caused by air pressure changes and wind patterns. Okay, so it's probably something very interesting to observe. Just sit at the bank or the side of the lake there, on the shore, I suppose you could call it, and just watch the water go up and down every 25 minutes. I don't know if people have the patience for that, so I'm sure you could go onto YouTube and find some time-lapse videos of that phenomenon.
So interestingly, according to a Maori legend, the lake's rise and fall is said to be formed by the heartbeat of a giant. I love this. This giant was killed by a local hero. Usually back then, of course, we didn't have any way of knowing how science really works. And so people would come up with these stories. That's what a legend is, a story that's been passed down through generations. And over time, perhaps it's changed a bit, but whether a legend is true or not, probably not, but it's kind of a fun thing to have. The Maoris are the Aboriginal people of New Zealand. So this is who brought this legend to us and passed it down through generations.
Now, this is kind of puzzling to me, though. If the local hero killed the giant, how could it still have a heartbeat?
Yeah.
Maybe it's just injured or something like that. And
the giant had a son or a daughter.
Or it could be the giant's spirit or something. Who knows? But in any case, that's the legend there. The lake's rise and fall is caused by the heartbeat of that giant. Now, moving on now to the final paragraph, it says, beyond its outdoor adventures, Queenstown boasts a thriving food culture that offers tasty delights to food lovers. So, of course, if you're spending a lot of time doing these adventurous things, skydiving, bungee jumping, hiking, I'm sure you've got all sorts of activities in the lake there, maybe water skiing or what's that one where you stand on a board, paddle boarding or something like that, maybe windsurfing as well. Well, those things are going to make you tired and they're going to make you hungry. So what are you going to do? Well, you're going to enjoy some of the local treats or some of the tasty delights that food lovers will enjoy. So it's a thriving food culture, which means it's very active and it's very famous and lots of people enjoy it. And of course, they get really excited about it. And I'm sure there are lots of TV shows about this place and its food culture. And here we've got the word delight, which is a noun. It just refers to something that is delightful, something that is really tasty to eat. Like a lot of people go to the mini night markets in Taiwan to enjoy local delights.
I definitely am in the night markets here a lot. So you can indulge in different kinds of foods. Here they offer 2 suggestions. We've got the world-famous Ferg Burger. Ferg Burger is actually rated as the best burger spot in the whole world by CNN, if you trust them. But that's what some of their foodies have felt, and they rated it as the best place in the world to get a hamburger or a burger. Or if you don't like hamburgers, you can dive into a place called -5 degree ice bar. We're not putting the S on the degrees, guys, because it's turning into an adjective here after minus. So -5 degree ice bar. And in this particular building, the furniture and even the glass that holds the cocktail that you can order are all made of ice. So if you're kind of hot, maybe you go to New Zealand during their summer months. It can be warm. Maybe that's where I'd go first. We're using that verb dive into a place because it's something you don't want to delay. You just want to jump in and do it. It sounds so great.
Right, so it's an ice bar, and of course everything there is made out of ice, and if you're into that sort of thing, you can enjoy a cocktail in a glass that's made out of ice, or if you're not an alcoholic, then you could drink a soda or juice or something like that. I'm sure they have those available.
You don't have to be an alcoholic.
Well, alcoholic means you drink too much. You don't have to be a lover of drinking, let's put it that way, in order to enjoy this stuff there. And I'm sure they've got lots of lovely, tasty treats to choose from as well to finish off your day of adventures and to begin another one the next day. Okay,
Sounds fun, yeah.
That brings us to the end of our discussion for today. Let's turn things over now to our Chinese teacher.
当然我们不能够就这样就直接跳过了，我们要回到第一段。第一句后面有一个 with， 在这里的 with 是跟着前面动词的 welcome 来的哦。Welcome someone with something， 用什么东西来欢迎旅客。为什么要特别把这个 with 抓出来？因为在第二段当中的第二句后面一点的地方，逗点之后也有一个 with。这里的 with 是什么意思呢？我们首先就要先看一下这个第二段的第二句。第二段第二句，因为我们第二段谈到这个高空弹跳的发源地嘛，所以第二句就讲说，在那个 Kawarau Bridge 卡瓦劳大桥这个地方很多人在这边高空弹跳。那你可以选择你跳下去之后是头会点到水呢，还是整个身体都会进到水里，所以它是一种附带的 option。附带有这种选择哦，你可以选择这样，你可以选择那样。逗点之后，在第二段第二句，这里的 with 是 with 表示附带状况，它就没有用什么功能的意思。所以我们既然谈到第二段啦，高空弹跳，当然纽西兰不是因为高空弹跳的关系啦，也是因为它的这个自然景观也是值得观赏。不过这个高空弹跳真的是很厉害耶，我们看到第三句甚至还有挑战更高，可以从2700到4500公尺这种自由落体体验的这种 skydiving 高空弹跳，叫做 end zone。这一种体验如果想要的话也是 OK 的。不过在这里的话呢，我们就开始进到关系子句的简化。好，第二段第一个关系子句简化就在刚刚我们谈到的第三句，从 aiming 这边一直到逗点 heights 可以左右括号，先行词就是 tourists。对于那些想要寻求更刺激的游客呢，对于想要那些跳得更高的游客呢， aiming 的还原是 who 或 that 跟动词的 aim。 只要是句子简化，就是连接词删掉，动词变动词 ing。 这时候你可能会疑惑了，我们刚刚谈的分词构句怎么都是 PP 呢？不好意思，这些 PP 的前面都有 be 动词，be 动词都变成 being， 而 be 动词在英文当中它是个功能，它没什么意思，所以既然是句子简化，我们直接把它删掉，只要留下那个过去分词 PP 表现出动词的意思就可以了。 所以基本上句子简化根本不需要分它什么主被动，因为我们都会说 be located 或者是 be surrounded be celebrated as 本来就会有 be 动词嘛。好，那现在概念清楚之后，后面就快啦。因为同样这个第二段第三句的地方，我们又看到关系子句的简化在最后面，逗点之后的 meeting 一直到句尾可以左右括号，先行词则是 free falls， 小心哦，先行词不是公词哦，先行词是 free falls 这种自由落体的经验。那逗点之后的 meet 呢，则还原是 which meet， 因为它是一个补充说明的关系子句，逗点之后不能用 that。再说一次，补充说明关系子句，非限定用法关系子句，逗点之后的冠带只能用 which。好，那在这边我们判断的语义啊是 free falls 才是先行词，而这个 free falls 后面的介系词 from 一直到 meters 只是介系词加名词去修饰说这些自由落体它的高度。好，所以关键在那个自由落体。好，当然来到第三段跟第四段，我们还是会谈一下纽西兰的这个 Queenstown。 在第三段这个地方就说啊，如果你不要去高空弹跳太刺激的话，不如去那个瓦塔提普这个湖吧。这个湖很特别哦，它每25分钟就规律的缓慢的升降一次，而且有一个毛利传说，就是说这个湖水升降是因为当地的一个英雄杀死了一个巨人，那这个巨人的心跳造成了这个湖水每25分钟规律的升降一次。那第三段还是会有关系子句的简化啦，像是第三段第二句这个地方，逗点之后的 occurring 一直到句尾左右括号，先行词是带着形容词，关键还是3个字啦，就是 rise and fall 升降 rise and fall， 但是它前面有形容词了 a rhythmic gentle， 所以先行词有点长，从 a 一直到 fall 的这个地方。那 occurring 还原就是 which occurs， 我们说过逗点之后补充说明的关系子句冠带只能用 which。 好，同样来到这个第三段最后面第4句的地方，在最后面A giant 这边可以抓出来，它也是个先行词，逗点之后的 who 一直到句尾就是没有简化的一个非限定用法补充的关系子句。好，那当然最后面的第4段我们就谈到啦，除了可以去玩高空弹跳之外，其实也有美食啊，像是很有名在第4段第2句提到的这个 Fridge Burger CNN 评为最好的汉堡店，或者是 -5 冰酒吧，都很有特色。我们明天还要带大家深入见一下这个纽西兰的皇后镇，带大家玩一玩。我是安娜，我们明天见。
That's it, guys. That's only day 1 of our adventure in New Zealand. We hope you'll come back. For our next program, we're going to continue talking about Queenstown and some of the great things that are found there. We're going to go, though, from Queenstown to Milford Sound. And there's some really cool tourist spots there, so don't miss it. We also want to encourage you to check out our YouTube channel or our Facebook page and learn some more while you have some time. For English Digest, I'm Stephanie.
I'm Tom. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.